Welcome back to Whiskey Sports. I'm here with Rhett. Man, oh man, what a weekend it was.
What a weekend it was and what a weekend it's going to be.
Yes.
This
Tomorrow,
is going to be one of the best Saturdays of the whole entire football season. If you aren't on your couch or at a bar or at any of the games from 3:30 to 10 p.m., I don't know what the hell you're doing with your life. And I feel sorry for people that don't like college football, man. Because Saturday's going to be fun.
I'm extremely excited. I'm actually going downtown. I'm going to go to Yeehaw and watch the game with some friends. Man, I'm not worried about this weekend right now. I want to talk about how I finally I changed the title to Will Bryce and Harsin Be Fired? And man, it came.
Yeah, you've been saying it every single week for the last 5 weeks, and they finally did it. And all they needed to
Finally.
do, you saw all they wanted to do was hire the AD first and let him fire him. I
Right.
mean, I'm
Yeah.
assuming he would have been fired 3 weeks
It
ago.
happened. It happened very fast. Like we hired him that night and then he was fired the next morning. Really excited.
Deservedly so.
Really excited, man. And to be honest with you, we also have Cadillac Williams going to be our interim coach, and I think that's awesome, especially for the school. But man, I'm excited to watch him coach. I wouldn't be surprised if he wins out. His name may pop up.
I don't know if he'll do really much coaching because I think the system, they can't switch systems at this point in the year. They can't do much of anything different. So what you're going to see is still going to be Harsin's product. It's just I think they'll at least play harder for
Yeah.
Cadillac. I mean, all they needed to do is go watch film of those early 2000s football games with Auburn and the whole crew of Jason Campbell and company, Ronnie Brown,
Yep.
and they'll get pumped up
Yeah.
because he was a hell of a running back before all the knee injuries started happening in the NFL.
So we play Mississippi State tomorrow, and Cadillac's first game playing, he scored 6 touchdowns on. So hopefully that we can do that again tomorrow. But I think it's going to be Lane because I've been seeing that Ole Miss can't outbeat us. Like bidding for money. I saw $9-10 million a year for 7 years.
Jesus,
Uh,
oh my God, we've seen that train wreck before.
so
And Jimbo,
I've also seen Dion, I've also seen Dan Lanning and Jeff Grimes. So if you don't get the first two, you better go get Hugh Freeze. You can't
yeah,
Dan Lanning or Jeff Grimes. You're trying to build it now. That's not going to build it now. That's going to set us back.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I haven't been around it. I find it. I think Lane could. I find it hard to believe he would, though. Auburn's a better job, but one, it's also the harder job. You play Alabama, Georgia every single year. Two, the expectations are much higher. Yes, he gets 9 and 10 win seasons the last couple of seasons there at Ole Miss, but he can have 8-4 seasons, 7-5 seasons, and it's totally okay over there in Oxford.
That's
As
very
long as he's every couple of years throwing in a 9, maybe 10 win season, it's okay. And it's just not okay at Auburn. Now it's a better job. It's just 9 or 10 million a year versus maybe they can get it to 6 or 7. You don't have to move. You've already built at least somewhat of stability, and you
yeah
don't have to worry about ever getting fired. I think
yeah.
that's only devil's advocate I could play there. I'm
Especially
not
fire.
playing the Auburn's a worse job. I think it's a 10 times better job than what's over there at Ole Miss. I just think the comfortability aspect of it all. Does he want to move again? Does he want to do all
But
that?
I
I
will
don't.
say this: Auburn's only had like I want to say 6, 7, 8 coaches ever. So we don't go through our coaches that much. I just think since we became relevant a little bit, our expectations probably gone a little bit. And
Sure.
I think
I could show him what they and rightfully so. He should have been gone. You're stuck just in mediocrity. But
yeah
if he comes over here and does what Gus does, I mean, he's going to get fired. And
yeah
you most of the day,
Feels better.
most years, Gus get lucked out and was able to beat Bama when no one else could. But
Very true.
you basically come over with guaranteed 2 losses almost every year.
Yeah
In Georgia, it doesn't have to be. It can be like a Tennessee this year, like gets Bama every so often or gets Georgia every so often. It's just you're almost guaranteeing yourself 2 losses a year.
yeah.
But that doesn't mean Auburn doesn't try. They need to try to go get him. I don't know if he could ever win a national championship. I don't know if he's that good of a coach. but he's definitely better than what you had, and probably I would say better than Gus. Not better than Gus early in his career,
Yeah.
but definitely from the middle to the end.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited, man. Another coaching search. I'm really excited.
Yeah, Vegas has the odds that Jeff Grimes is the number one leading candidate, and I think that would be a train wreck. I
He
really
was our
do.
offensive line coach when Gus was there.
I mean, what has he really done at Baylor? Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, Jeff Grimes doesn't make sense. I think it's only because of the ties. He's been there already, but still, he hadn't
Yeah.
proved anything yet. Um, Dan Lanning, I don't really know about, but like you were saying earlier, he's got it made in Oregon. There's no point.
Yeah, I just we talked about that earlier. I just don't see Dan Lanning leaving Oregon. I mean, unless there's some sort of family tie to Auburn, like you're in the Pac-12,
Yeah,
like you don't have to go through the SEC schedule. You can dominate recruiting up there. I mean, and still poke away people from the Southeast, even just because you have Nike, you have the uniforms, you have the facilities,
yep,
and you have a pretty good fan base up there in Eugene too. So I don't see it, but maybe he just wants to be in the SEC where a lot of coaches do. I mean, you saw it in Brian Kelly at Notre Dame. He had it all. It was easy, and he wanted a piece of the SEC. But he was obviously way later in his career. Dan Lanning's very young in his
yeah,
career.
for
This is
sure.
only his first head coaching job. So,
Yep.
um, but a few other things beyond that. I mean, just getting to the games. Ohio State kind of first on our list struggled a lot, and then at the end pulled away late. Really just because of Tui Maloa had himself a day. That
Dude,
dude's a physical specimen. Had a pick six, had a forced fumble, and was just creating all kinds of havoc back there. I've said it all year. I'm not a
incredible.
big fan of Sam Clifford in the first place, but
Um, no, Sean Clifford. No,
John Clifford. I don't
yeah.
know why I said Sam. Sorry.
It was an entertaining game. Whatever his name is, they call him JTT. Man, that was probably the best defensive performance I've ever seen in the college level, no question. It was incredible to watch. He definitely saved the day for him because they were
Yeah.
struggling a bit.
But Penn
They,
State moved the
they
ball
survived.
really easily
Yeah, they did, and they
when
survived.
he didn't create ruckus. I
John
mean,
Clifford just lost in the game. He had four turnovers, a fumble, and
yeah,
two fumbles and or something. Two fumbles and two
two
interceptions
interceptions.
and two fumbles.
Um,
Man, I mean that can't happen with the pick
and
six.
after all that, I mean, the score was 44-31, but it was a one score game. If you actually watched the game, it was like the last two or 3 minutes in the game, they scored like 21
Yeah,
points.
dude, it was nuts. Yeah, for sure.
Um,
It was 14,
but
14 and 45.
I think at this point in time, I, I think I'm with you on. I think I'd take Michigan at this point in time over them, just from what
I,
I've seen. Now they
Michigan,
did get Penn State at home versus away, which is
yeah.
it's tough to play in Beaver Stadium, but
I mean, I
they
got
can just control the line of scrimmage a little more than Ohio State can, just like last year.
just like last year, yeah.
Um,
And they could score it and run
we'll
the ball
see.
too.
Yeah.
They look. I mean, we can talk about that game for a second. They look pretty good. They run the ball really well.
Michigan against Michigan State.
Yeah, I believe Michigan had the
I
ball.
thought I didn't get to follow it. I saw the final score and I was like, oh, they didn't have that great of a game, I guess.
They
I don't know. I didn't get to
they
see
they
it. So.
completely dominated. They had was it 32 minutes of possession. They had the
Gotcha.
ball the whole game. I
They
think
just couldn't put it in the end zone, I guess.
yeah, that was it. But dude, they absolutely dominated that game from start to finish. It was only 29-7, but no, they're a good football team, and that game's gonna be really good. I'm excited to
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah. A few quick notes here. I mean, like we thought, Syracuse is just completely fraudulent. I
Yeah,
mean, Notre Dame absolutely put the beat down on them.
absolutely.
Um, it wasn't even remotely
That's just
close.
no, that's
And
just the
I
difference.
think why I wanted to highlight that is may come. We'll talk about the college football playoff rankings, but I don't know. Notre Dame can upset Clemson this weekend. I don't.
Dude, I'm
I
telling
think
you,
that's a big game because I don't root for Notre Dame because I don't like Notre Dame, but I'm going to be in. I don't want to see Clemson in the playoff. They're just not good.
no, they're not.
They have
And
a very very top notch D line, but other than that, they're not very good.
no, and I think just I don't think they're gonna let Notre Dame win. I just don't. It's
I
gonna be
think it's in South Bend,
it is.
correct?
It's gonna be interesting, very interesting. because last year wasn't it the overtime game with Ukulele his freshman year,
Yeah.
and Notre Dame won, right?
Yes.
Maybe that was 2 years ago.
2 years
That
ago.
was 2 years ago. I mean, dude, it's gonna be a great game. Hopefully, it's just like that. I just don't know
Yeah.
though. Was that Clemson defense better than this year's defense?
That Clemson defense was awesome.
Then, dude,
But they always have good defenses. It's
they
probably
do,
about the
they do.
same.
But the problem is that Notre Dame's offense isn't as good either. That's the big
They're
question.
getting better, man. They've been
Really.
scoring 41 on Syracuse is fraudulent, but their defense has been really good this year. Scoring 41 on Syracuse is a pretty good. I think they're getting better and better. I think when a new coach comes in, he
Yeah,
still has to work a system in there. Like it's not
yeah,
just going to happen from day one and then be amazing.
very true.
Kind of like you saw it down in LSU. They've turned their whole season around. Game one. Now, do I think? I also think LSU getting a top 10. I don't know how that happened,
Dude, I don't know, man.
but I don't think they're a top 10 team. But regardless, they've still turned their season around from when game one against Florida State. They looked absolutely miserable. So, what about Oklahoma State? I looked at that score throughout the day. I didn't really get to watch it because I ended up going to the bar to watch the Tennessee-Kentucky game. But 48 goose egg. What in the world happened? It's just that Mike Gundy has a game or two like that every single year, it seems. They're always in the top 10 or top 15, but they always have one or two losses, and one of them looks really bad. Like they don't even know how to play football, and that's what you got.
Yep.
There's really nothing you can say about. I mean, it's 48-0. You can't even talk about the game. It was a total domination.
I think they're that good though.
They're a good football team, that's for sure. But they already have two losses. They're out. They can't make the
Yeah,
playoff.
no question.
But they can wreak havoc. They
Yeah.
can keep beating teams that it would it would be going into my favor. But another one was Wake Forest getting blown out. Louisville beat Wake Forest by 28 points.
Dude, that was
What's
nuts.
going? I don't even know what was happening Saturday. It was like fraudulent. Everybody frauds.
I love it, man. College football is great this year.
It
really
is. The parity is all there. Like you don't know who the hell's going to win the
never know.
championship.
Yeah.
Anybody in the top 25 can get beat on any given day. South Carolina gets a top 25 ranking, and then Mizzou absolutely beats the shit out of them.
Dude, that makes no sense. And what's even crazier is Missouri. Who does Missouri play this weekend? They play Kentucky in there, and it's just one.
Missouri's
They're saying they're literally next to each
is
other.
really good this year. Now their offense still can't score, but their defense is really good this year.
Dude, I guess.
Really, the only thing that wasn't super surprising were two things. Georgia smacked Florida. They struggled in the third quarter, but that was the only time where anybody was like, they struggled in the third quarter. It got it to within one score and then pulled away in the fourth. It was like they let the foot off the gas. Florida came back a little bit, and they were like, wait. Wait. And then they went, but they still didn't cover. I did say that the Florida would cover. So the spread was 22.5 and it was 22.
And it really felt like it was not close all game, even though they kind of got it close. It was just kind of one of those grazing watches. I mean, you just kind of like, oh,
yeah,
God, 28-0.
But you, like my mind always does this. It's like, because football is really just one or two plays. What happens if that dude that tried to bat the ball down for Florida and Bowers hit it? What happens if that's an interception and we're looking in the third quarter and it's 21-20?
Correct.
Starting to get confidence. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think it was just a case of Florida or Georgia letting the foot off the gas and letting them get squeaked back in there. And then at the end of the night, Tennessee absolutely boat raced Kentucky. Will Levis, top 3 picks somehow, 98 yards, 3 picks against a defense, against a secondary that people think is the absolute worst in the country. And via the stats, I mean, it is but we haven't been healthy all year. We were finally healthy for the Kentucky game. We kind of saw it coming. I mean,
yeah,
that offense is just terrible for
and dude, Will Levis can't handle Neyland, dude. It's England's too much, man. Especially for a quarterback, that's just an average that has a lot of expectation. How much pressure that is on them. I just don't think Will can play at that level. I don't think he's a top. I can't believe he's a first round pick. I think it's more.
I'm telling you, he's gonna get a coaching staff fired and a GM fired. You pick him 3 and you're going for the absolute home run. You're going for the arm talent and the the physicality, like his physicalness, like he's 6'4", big arm. You're doing that, all that, and you're going for the home run because what we've seen on throughout the years is he sucks.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to read a defense. He doesn't know when to make the right play. He doesn't know when to even slide, for that matter.
Yeah.
He doesn't know when to throw the ball when he's in the pocket. He leaves the pocket sometimes too early. I mean,
I'm telling you, dude. And then you mix that in with Nealon on a night game on the black uniforms. No way.
I
Zero.
thought it was so funny because all week Kentucky fans, their D coordinator, they're saying that we basically saying we run a gimmick offense, do all this, blah blah. It's not actual football. But the Kentucky fans are like, well, yeah, but this defense is good because Kentucky defense is pretty solid.
Yeah.
This defense is good. Hyatt's not going to get behind the secondary. No one's going to be running wide open. First drive of the game, a minute into the game, Hyatt, no one within 30 yards, right? And it's like, if you're a D coordinator, like, what the hell are you doing? Like, how does this keep happening?
I think
How does
Tennessee.
he keep running without anybody within 30 yards? I don't even understand it. I'm a Tennessee fan. I'm like,
Wasn't he a
how?
track guy? He was a track star.
Yes, but this isn't like, this is 30 yards of separation. This isn't like, yeah, he just ran by him.
Maybe he's that fast, dude.
I just think we have a lot of weapons, so people try to, like, Said was back that game, and you could tell the safety was keying on Said when he would do the crosser and just leave the corner one-on-one with Hyatt, and Hyatt's going to win that matchup every time. But I mean, it was domination from start to finish. So let me pull up the playoff rankings. So I'm going to do 1 through 7 because I think beyond 7, besides LSU being at 10 somehow, I think it makes sense. So 1 through 7, you got Tennessee, Ohio State, Georgia, Clemson, Michigan, Bama, TCU. I'll give you 2 spots where I think it's mesmerizes me, and then you can go. I think the top 3 are pretty good. I was surprised to see Ohio State over Georgia. I was not surprised to see Tennessee because there's no one on the face of the top 10 that has the same resume. Doesn't mean we're the best team in the country. We just have the best resume, and that's what the playoff goes by. I'm surprised that TCU wasn't over Bama. I get it. Bama's Bama. TCU's Big 12, but TCU has 4 top 25 wins. Bama has 1 at Texas, and Texas doesn't even look that great anymore. So I was just shocked by that. I don't know what to make of it. And then I was also shocked by Clemson being above Michigan. I don't think Clemson's even near the football team that Michigan is this year.
And they're not, but they need an ACC person in there because they got Big Ten, SEC, and ACC. They got to throw them in there. That's the reason why. I like Tennessee at 1. I like Ohio State at 2.
I'm fine with it. I didn't see him jumping him.
Yeah,
but I think resumes are both pretty comparable.
That's what I'm saying. I think Georgia.
Actually, Georgia has the better resume because they have the better win. They both have 1 good win, but Georgia's was against Oregon, who's 8, and they won by 46.
Yeah, that's very true. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Second best win for Ohio State is Toledo. Second best for
State now.
Huh?
Penn State now.
No, their second best win. Penn State's their best win.
Well, Wisconsin maybe. Wisconsin's starting to make a little comeback.
Give me a break.
I'm trying to have some type of fight.
They're interchangeable to me. I'm just saying. I don't know, resume wise, maybe Georgia above because they just have the better win. Neither of them have a resume full of good wins. They both have resumes full of bad wins until Penn State and Oregon for each of them.
Yeah, but I wish Michigan was above Clemson.
Without your SEC bias, what's your take on the Bama TCU situation?
I still think Bama.
But this isn't a fact of who's better. Just like Tennessee may not be the best team in the country, they have the best resume by far, though.
Tennessee's the best team.
Resume poops on Bama's.
Tennessee's the best team in the country right now.
But TCU's resume is far and above better than Bama's.
But I'm just always SEC, and I just will not ever go against a Nick Saban Alabama team. I just won't.
Yeah, sure, betting, but when it comes to resumes, you just said Kansas State is one of the best teams in the country, and TCU beat them by like 14.
That's very true.
At Kansas State.
Yeah, that's very true. Well, maybe it was just a bad game. I don't know.
What do you say about Alabama going into Texas and barely winning? Texas just got beat by Oklahoma State, who Kansas State beat them dudes by 48.
but Bryce didn't play well on the road. So I guess we could say,
He had like a Heisman moment versus Tennessee. He looked amazing.
well, but he in the past hadn't played that well against or on the road. My thing is if it's
Resume to resume, whose resume is better?
I guess TCU.
Who's undefeated? Who's not?
I don't give a shit. It's Alabama.
That's
They
just like
better
saying if
football,
Alabama had lost to Georgia and
but
Tennessee,
they still have better football players, no matter what.
that's the AP poll. You're talking about the AP poll. You're not talking about the college football playoff, buddy.
Okay, so you want to just go based off resume. That's it.
Yeah, if you're 8-0, you have the better resume than a team that's 7-1.
I
Then
know, but
yes.
I'm telling you why they're not because it's just Alabama. And
But
if
that
they
shouldn't be the case. That's
if they
bullshit.
played head to head, Alabama's winning, no question.
I don't think that's a no question.
Even at TCU, they win.
I don't think it's a no question.
I think so.
And your bias is coming through because you just said Kansas State is one of the best teams in the nation, and TCU made them look foolish on the road.
That's very true. That's very true. But people have bad games.
Then Bama. What about Bama?
Bama had a bad
quarterback. Did they go to A&M?
They lost by 3 to the best team in the country.
Who did TCU lose to?
I get it.
No one.
I get it.
4 ranked wins.
I know.
Bama won, and Texas shouldn't even be ranked. They're
Tennessee
terrible.
wipes them off the board, and
Texas
they only
is
lost
terrible, brother.
They only lost by 3. I hope they play. I hope they. What maybe they don't make it to the playoff and they play. I hope they play because that would be that'd be some good content. But
Hey, man, agree to disagree.
I don't think so.
I think 95% of the country would say TCU. The other 5 would say Bama because they're Bama, but I also think that would be with some bias.
I'm SEC biased, but I just think their one loss compared to the 0. I get it, but
their one loss is better compared to the 0 losses. So
it's literally to the best team in the country, dude. Tennessee's 3.
I don't know, man. Kansas State's 13.
I get it.
Let's see. Kansas State's 13. Who else is? I think they beat Oregon State. I don't know why. Why is Oregon State ranked? Why is Wake Forest? Hold on. Why is Syracuse, Wake Forest, and NC State still ranked? Is what I want to know. They're all 3 terrible teams. That's where you have to look because Clemson. They're trying to beef up Clemson's resume, and those 3 teams suck.
Correct.
I love me some Hartman, the quarterback for Wake Forest. Don't get me wrong.
Notre Dame
a good football player, but they're just not a good football team.
Notre Dame's going to have to win this weekend. It's a must win for them to save college football.
And Oklahoma State's still 18. Like if you get beat 45-0, you should get dropped to the shadow realm.
Correct. Yeah. I am confused on the LSU thing. I guess they've been hot lately, but
no, you know why? What's the game Saturday? They're trying to get Bama top 10 wins. So when they put them in the college football playoff, they got something.
That's very true. That's very true.
It's just like them beefing up Clemson's. It's the same thing.
This game right here is for the West. If Alabama wins, they're going to SEC championship. This is a big game.
No, they don't. Oh,
you're right.
Because they beat LSU. LSU has 2 losses, so Ole Miss's loss to them wouldn't matter if they beat Alabama. They'd have the head-to-head 1 loss in the SEC West.
Oh shit!
Alabama's going to beat Ole Miss by 25. But
hey, they got to play Auburn. They got to play Auburn. Don't matter how bad we are. Don't matter.
Ole Miss already beat them.
No, I'm talking about Alabama. And
good Lord!
Hey,
it does matter how bad you are.
It's a chance. It's a chance. It's Iron Bowl, baby.
There's no.
Oh, just kidding. No. It's at Bryan Denny. Never mind. We're gonna get murdered. Oh, that's gonna be embarrassing. But anyways, you ready for the bets?
Yep.
All right. The first game is Texas Tech and TCU. TCU minus 8.5 and over under 69.5.
It's at TCU, right?
It's at TCU.
TCU can score the football, man. They can score lights out, and they're really good at home. I don't think they've had a really close game at home. Texas Tech's defense, though, has been really, really solid this year. But this game just scares me because I want so bad to take Texas Tech because I've been saying all this about TCU, but I want them to lose because it helps Tennessee. Obviously, if they get 1 loss, it's hard to put a 1-loss Big 12 team in there, not a 1-loss SEC team. But I gotta go TCU just because it's at home.
Yeah.
If this was at Texas Tech, I'd stamp in. I would be sprinkling money line Texas Tech, no matter how big it was. I just don't think Texas Tech can do it this year, but they're a good football team. I wouldn't be surprised if this was very close.
I think TCU wins, but I like Texas Tech in the points for sure.
Yeah, I think I would even buy a point and a half down to set like just a tutty.
Yeah, but yeah, if I could get it to 10, that'd be beautiful. But Texas Tech plus 8.5, I'd round it up, get it to 9. I
Yeah.
think TCU can still win, but give me the points because I think they're gonna wear out their defense. I think they're averaging 93, 97 plays a game. I think they're gonna wear them out, and I think Texas Tech is their defense is playing good enough
No,
where
I like that bet. I think it's going to be somewhere in the 7 to 10 range.
yeah. Next game is Kentucky at Missouri. Missouri's plus 1.5, over under 40.5. I like Kentucky, man. I'm not going to give up on Kentucky. I think Will Levis is going to have a little bounce back game against Missouri. And I think I like Kentucky money line. I get one, whatever.
Yeah, Missouri is going to cause some problems because you saw what Tennessee. Well, Tennessee has a really good front seven. That's what no one in the country knows is our front seven is amazing. We are top 10 in the rush defense, top 5 in pressures on the quarterback. But Missouri has a similar front seven that people just don't know because no one watches Missouri.
I don't.
But I don't see. I think Kentucky can score a little bit more, 17-14 type game, maybe even try to. Will Levis comes out here and tries to show that he's actually top
Yeah,
3 pick. I don't know. I like Kentucky.
for sure. This one is going to be interesting. Florida at Texas A&M.
I saw that, and I'm
It's
itching to take Florida, but
-3. I'm gonna tell you right now, that freshman they played last weekend, he looked damn
yeah,
good.
Weigman.
He looked really good, man. And if he has another game similar, I don't see Florida scoring as much, especially at A&M.
It's at A&M, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna take probably A&M money line if I had to take.
I
It
like, yeah,
might be
I like
20-50.
the defense is still there. I think they're going to cause AR some problems.
Yeah,
And yeah, I agree. I was thinking Florida, but now that you said it, I remember watching him a little bit at the bar. That kid is good. The Weedman is much better. I don't know what they were thinking of Haynes King, but this guy
yeah.
is really good, I think,
He's
and
gonna
maybe
save
the
the year.
future of their football team. So I like A&M too.
Yep. Next game is Baylor at Oklahoma. Oklahoma's -3.5.
What a weird game.
61.
Oklahoma's been improving since that Texas game, ever since they got Dylan Gabriel back. And I've seen a few. Baylor's as an okay football team. Give me Oklahoma in a shootout, just outscores them.
Um, I really don't know.
You got to give a pick.
I like over 61.
Yeah, I think that's a good bet. It's like I
I
said, I
don't
think it's
I
gonna be a
don't like
shootout.
I don't like the spread because I can see Baylor winning this game. I think they have a better defense, but still, it's Dylan Gabriel. I mean, the kid's good. I don't know, man. I just like over 61 if I had to make a bet.
No, just put it. Who's gonna win the football game?
Give me Baylor money line.
All right. I don't like the odds on that. It's probably what, one plus 130, 140.
Yeah, probably.
The odds
Probably
there. I don't
145.
think the odds there are in your
145.
favor. What?
Probably 145, 155. If I had to
If he
guess,
gets over 150, then I like the odds there. I don't mind people taking the odds there.
sure. Next game's your game. Tennessee at Georgia. Georgia -8.5. Over under is 64.5. I'll go first. I like Tennessee money line plus 255. I think that's way too good of odds for them to win. I think Tennessee has the better football program. I think they're too hot right now. I think they beat Georgia by 14 plus.
Wow. A beatdown.
Correct. In Athens, yes.
I do not think it's a beatdown in Athens. Man, I'm excited for this. I'm just excited that I finally get to enjoy. I do care if we win. I do care if we lose, but I'm just excited to be able to watch a game and where it means this much, just like the Alabama game did, but this even more. It means this much.
Yep.
And hell, I've been a diehard fan for how 26 years, and I haven't seen 98. Ever since I've been able to remember a game, I have not been able to watch any good Tennessee football. So this has been awesome.
Yep.
Our defense is better than people think, man. And I keep saying that because people out there just think because we gave up to 49 versus Bryce Young, who's an insanely good freaking quarterback, that they just suck. Top 10 in rush defense, getting better and more healthy in the pass defense. Heupel even said this is the most healthy we will be all year at this game, which is nice. They moved one of our safeties down to corner last game to Nico Slaughter, and he had an insanely good game. But that to say, we're going to have to run the football. And I think we're going to have to work the middle of the field this weekend because I think they're really going to key in on the edges. Kirby Smart is smart, and I think he's going to try to key in on the edges. Now, we still see people running free no matter who game plans, which is weird. But give me Tennessee plus 8.5, and I will sprinkle money line because the value's just there.
No question.
And if you're going to say maybe Georgia tries to outscore us, good luck. I don't care what defense is on the other side.
You always say, so a lot of times when you look at matchups, you look at the quarterback. Hendon Hooker is the best quarterback in the game. He is no question Heisman Trophy winner. Even if the season ended right now, he's the best quarterback.
You got a game of the geriatric quarterbacks. You got 25-year-old Stetson Bennett and 24-year-old Hendon Hooker going at it this weekend.
And Hendon's the better quarterback. And if you take out the run game and you make Stetson Bennett beat you,
Bowers is the one that scares me. He's such a good player.
all you had to have is safety help.
Yeah.
Man, Tennessee's gonna win that game.
We'll see, but the value at at plus 250 has got to be too good to not at least sprinkle something.
You have to. And y'all have won in Athens before, man. Y'all aren't scared.
Sure, no, I mean, Sanford's loud, but it's not like just insane. They will be insane this weekend, though. They'll be ready. It'll be a good football game.
Yes. The next big game in the night, Auburn at Mississippi State.
Give me Mississippi State, whatever it is.
Mississippi State minus 12.5 over
At home, right? They play good at home.
It's at Mississippi State, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna ride it. I'm gonna buy 2 points. Give me Auburn plus 14 with Cadillac at head coach, just solely because of him.
I mean, I just don't know what is he going to coach.
I don't either, but he's got more heart than Harsin ever did, and I'm excited to watch the game.
I got Mississippi State. They're just going to be able to do whatever they want on offense because Auburn's defense is that bad.
Anyways, okay, we're done talking about Auburn. I'm done here. Alabama at LSU. LSU is plus 13.5, over under 56.5. What do you think?
Man, 3:30 to this game. That's why I said watch a game from 3:30 to 10 p.m. because you got now this game, night game, Death Valley. It's going to be rocking. LSU's going to bring it. They're going to do all this, and Alabama's just going to crush their dreams, man.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Alabama, when they have one loss, man, they know what's at stake here. LSU has the SEC championship at stake, but they have no shot of getting in the playoff. Bama's back's against the wall. They're going to come out here and they're going to play some damn football. And I just don't know why LSU's 10. I've always said they're a better team than people think. People just look at that Tennessee game and are like, oh, they're terrible. No, they're a good football team. And I think in the first half they will hang. But Bryce is just too good, man. He's going to – as long as they can protect – Ojulari is a good football player. As long as they can protect Bryce and he's not running for his life and they get the ball in Jahmyr Gibbs' hands, I think this will be – 14 won by Alabama 14 to 21-ish.
How many points?
That's what I think. It's 13 and a half. I think they'll win by 14. I like them by 2 touchdowns.
I don't even have to talk. I mean, that was everything I was going to say. Alabama big. Sorry about it. I don't believe in Brian Kelly. I don't think
that line for LSU got exposed by Tennessee. Will Anderson's going to have a big night too.
Huge night, absolutely. And their defense is starting to come around a little bit. They did shut out an air raid of Mississippi State. I think I know it was at Bryan.
Tennessee's just a different animal, man.
Man.
They're a good defense. You can't compare a defense based on what they do versus Tennessee. It's not fair.
1,000%. I'm telling you, and I don't think Jaden Daniels is that good of a quarterback.
He can run it.
That's it. And if you spy him all night, it's over. Because Alabama's got the athletes to keep up with him for sure on defense.
Yeah, it'll be rocking though. I'm excited to watch the first half, and the stadium's going to be loud. It's going to be cool.
Yep. Clemson at Notre Dame. Notre Dame plus 3.5. over under 43.5.
Money line, Notre Dame. Someone's got to knock these frauds off. It's going to be Notre Dame this weekend. They've improved every week.
Yep.
South Bend's going to be nuts. They're going to look for the backup to Ukulele to come in this game. They're gonna. I maybe it's just my heart wanting them to win so bad because I don't want to see Clemson in the playoff. But give me Notre Dame money line. I don't want the points.
I'm gonna take Clemson, man.
I get it,
Dude.
It's my heart talking, But
My heart's talking too, and I would bet Notre Dame. But they got Clemson at 4 for a reason in the rankings, and they're going to do everything they can for Clemson not to lose this game. We're going to see some
versus Syracuse too.
We're going to see some iffy calls tomorrow. I think it's a night game. We're going to see some iffy calls that night. Twitter's going to be blowing up. I'm telling you right now, they're not going to allow Notre Dame to win. I think if Notre Dame is going to win, which they can, they have to play a perfect football game, 100%. And if they have no turnovers, Notre Dame will win the game, 100%. So, just betting wise, I'm gonna do Clemson money line. I don't like points, but definitely Clemson money line, just based off me thinking betting is rigged.
Hey, I'll be. What time is the game?
I think it's like 7.
I'll be tuned in. I'll tune into both. I'll have them both on the TV.
Yeah, I'm gonna have 3 games. I got Alabama, LSU, Auburn, Mississippi State, and then Clemson, Notre Dame. I'll borrow my phone. Wow. NFL real quick. We got Colts at Patriots. Patriots are minus 5.5.
Yeah, give me the Patriots by a touchdown. They're starting to improve. I just don't like the rookie or not a first couple games starting QB against Bill Belichick defense. He may have Ellinger out there seeing ghosts.
That's right. He's starting this weekend. Oh, that's going to be interesting. I like Patriots minus 7 or minus 5.5 as well. I like them 10 plus. Just based off solely Sam Elder hadn't taken a snap in 2 years?
No, he played last week.
Oh, did he in the second
They
half?
lost though.
Oh, did he play the full game or like just second half?
No, he played the full game. They announced it before last week that they had benched Matt Ryan.
Ooh. But yeah, still I like Belichick and the Patriots. Next game is Rams at Bucks. I like the Bucks minus 3 in this one. I think the Bucks defense is going to keep him in it. Tom Brady's finally done with the divorce, and I think he's ready to play football again. I like Bucks minus 3.
Yeah, Saf and company, they've been struggling a little bit this year. But I'm gonna take them plus 3. I think, or plus 4. I think if the Bucks win, it's gonna be a really small 17-14 type game where they win by field goal.
Next game, Titans at Chiefs. Chiefs are minus 12.5. I like Chiefs minus 12. I don't do halves, but I don't think Titans are gonna score. We didn't score last weekend against Houston. Give me Chiefs minus 12.
Yeah, I like Titans plus 13. I just like our defense, man.
Oh, dude, our defense is good. But we can't score.
And if you saw that regular season game against Mahomes last year, we absolutely dominated that football game with our defense.
Very true. Anyways, other than that, that's all we got. See y'all next week.
Peace.
Oh, damn, we have more time. I was waiting for it. Oh.